January 2007. A U.S. Air Force colonel stares at his screen in Colorado. Right now, 550 miles overhead, 400 American satellites circle the planet at 17,000 miles per hour. GPS satellites guide smart bombs onto targets in Iraq. Spy satellites watch enemy movements in real time. Communications networks link the Pentagon to soldiers in Baghdad. Every weapon, every mission, every advantage, it all runs through space. The colonel doesn't worry. Space is a sanctuary, untouchable. He's wrong. At this exact moment, Chinese engineers are fueling a missile at a launch site Western intelligence doesn't even know exists. Their target, a weather satellite orbiting 530 miles up. The Pentagon's assessment sits in a classified folder somewhere. China won't have this capability until 2010, maybe later. The technology is too difficult, too precise. Hitting something moving at 17,000 miles per hour? Only America can do that. The colonel checks his watch. In his world, space is peaceful, safe. Sure, the US and Soviets tested anti-satellite weapons back in the Cold War. Primitive things that barely worked. Those programs died decades ago. Everyone agreed. Space stays off limits. It has to. Modern civilization runs on satellites. Banking systems, weather forecasts, airline navigation, your smartphone's GPS. Destroy satellites and you don't just cripple militaries, you break the world. So America keeps launching. More satellites, more capabilities, weaving space deeper into every aspect of warfare, the ultimate high ground, the untouchable advantage. In 72 hours, China will shatter that assumption. One missile, one satellite, and suddenly, America's greatest strength becomes its most dangerous vulnerability. Space is about to become a battlefield, and no one is ready. But the signs were already there. 14 months earlier, November 2005, a U.S. satellite operator stares at his screen. Green dot, Chinese ground station. Then, a beam. Laser light, stabbing straight up. At his bird, he logs it, sends it up. The report hits a desk at Langley, gets stamped. Scientific experiment, low priority. 6 months later, another test, this time in orbit. Chinese satellite maneuvers close, too close, dancing, pivoting, moving in ways satellites don't move. The data gets flagged, analyzed, filed. Assessment, research activity, years away from weaponization. The analysts are watching, but they're not seeing. Here's what they're thinking. We spent decades on this, billions. The US tested anti-satellite weapons through the entire Cold War. China can't just skip all that. They'll follow our path, take our time, move at our pace, mirror imaging, the intelligence community's favorite trap. And they're busy. Iraq is burning. Iran's centrifuges are spinning. Terrorist cells in caves with laptops. Every briefing, every dollar, every analyst hour pointed there. China, rising economy, sure. Trade partner. Future competitor, maybe. Military threat? That's theoretical. Distant. Satellite defense doesn't make headlines, doesn't get budgets. Meanwhile, Beijing, underground command center. Military strategists hunched over war game simulations. They run the scenarios. Taiwan Strait crisis. Carrier battle groups steam toward the coast. F-18s launch. Precision strikes rain down. China loses. Every time. Can't match the carriers. Can't match the air power. Can't win conventionally. But then someone asks a different question. What if you don't fight the carriers? What if you blind them instead? American precision warfare runs on satellites. GPS guides every bomb. Spy satellites spot every target. Communication satellites link every unit, the entire system. Hanging in orbit. Undefended. Assumed safe. Take those out. The world's most advanced military goes dark. It's elegant. Asymmetric. One missile. One satellite. Suddenly, the Pacific calculus changes. In the Gobi Desert, a mobile launcher sits ready, missile loaded, targeting data uploaded. The test is scheduled for January 11th, 2007, 3 weeks away. The Americans have no idea what's coming, and when it does, it happens faster than anyone thought possible. January 11th, 2007, 5:28 p.m. A missile launches from Xichang, China. US early warning systems track it, not alarmed. China launches rockets all the time, then the trajectory sharpens. This isn't a satellite launch, it's an intercept. 550 miles up, Fengyun 1C orbits Earth, China's own weather satellite, dead since 2002, 8 years in orbit, 650 pounds of metal and electronics, about to become shrapnel. The missile closes, 18,000 miles per hour. No explosives on board, doesn't need them. At orbital velocity, mass is the weapon. Impact. Fengyun 1C explodes. Thousands of fragments, metal shards, circuit boards, antenna pieces, all moving at lethal speed. The debris cloud spreads like buckshot across orbital space. US Space Command watches it happen. Real time. Radars light up. The debris field expands. Within hours, they count 2,000 trackable pieces. The real number? Hundreds of thousands. Too small to see. Big enough to kill. China says nothing. No announcement. No explanation. The silence cuts deeper than the test itself. Western intelligence scrambles. Their assessment? China was years away from this. Years. They weren't. Space isn't a sanctuary anymore. It's a battlefield. And every American satellite, GPS, spy satellites, military communications, just became a target. China fired the opening shot. The question now, who fires back? But first, the world has to deal with what China just created. January 12, 2007. NASA Mission Control, Houston. Alarms scream. The International Space Station has 72 hours to dodge 3,000 pieces of shrapnel traveling at 17,000 miles per hour. The question isn't what happened anymore. It's how did we miss this? Pentagon analysts pull all-nighters. They're hunting through terabytes of satellite imagery, signals, intercepts, anything. The Chinese didn't just get lucky. That SC-19 missile launched from Xichang hit a target moving at 5 miles per second. Kinetic kill. No explosives, just math, precision, and terrifying velocity. First public attempt. Perfect execution. Someone finds it. 2005. A Chinese test logged as scientific experiment. Then 2006. Another one. Flagged as non-threatening research. The analysts stare at their screens. Those weren't experiments. Those were dress rehearsals. China had been practicing for years while American intelligence filed the reports under low priority. The failure isn't missing data. It's worse. The data was there, sitting in databases, categorized wrong, ignored. Nobody imagined China would actually do this. At the State Department, phones explode. Ambassadors from 40 nations demand answers. The debris field from Fengyun 1C crosses everyone's orbits now. Russian satellites, European satellites, Japanese communications networks. China just turned low Earth orbit into a minefield, and nobody gave permission. Beijing's response comes carefully worded. Yes, they conducted the test. Yes, it was deliberate, but it's defensive, necessary, peaceful. And by the way, America and Russia did the same thing in the 70s. Why the double standard? American diplomats have an answer ready. 1975 wasn't 2007. Back then, space was empty. 100 satellites, maybe. Now there are thousands. GPS guides your phone, your car, your missiles. Spy satellites watch North Korea's nuclear sites. Communication networks run the global economy. China just contaminated that environment for a century. Some debris won't fall for 150 years. At the Pentagon, war planners run scenarios. Taiwan crisis, South China Sea confrontation. Every simulation now starts the same way. China launches missiles. American GPS satellites go dark. Spy satellites tumble offline. Precision-guided weapons become dumb bombs. Troops lose communication. The entire American way of war depends on space, and China just proved they can take it away. Moscow watches. Their anti-satellite programs, dormant since the Cold War, get emergency funding. India's defense ministry opens new research facilities. Israel starts asking questions. Iran pays attention. The arms race everyone thought was over just restarted. And this time, the battlefield isn't land or sea or air. It's 200 miles up, where a single explosion creates permanent damage, where debris doesn't disappear, where one conflict could close space to humanity for generations. China fired one missile. They destroyed one satellite, but they shattered something bigger. The assumption that space was safe, that some places were off limits, that the future would be better than the past. And that shattered assumption still defines our world today. January 11th, 2007. 3,000 fragments, still up there. Right now, spinning at 17,000 miles per hour, each piece a bullet. Each collision spawns more. China's debris won't clear until the 2080s, 70 years of shrapnel. Pentagon, present day. Every war game starts the same. Taiwan scenario. Hour 1. Chinese missiles launch. American satellites blink offline. GPS, communications, reconnaissance, gone. A carrier group in the Pacific can't coordinate. Precision weapons revert to dumb bombs. Commanders go blind. Modern warfare collapses in minutes. The planners know it. The adversaries see it. Space is the first target now. March 2019. India launches. Another satellite explodes. More debris. November 2021. Russia follows. Same playbook. The US confirms its own programs exist. Every major power either has this or wants it. The UN tries treaties. China and Russia propose bans. The US refuses. Verification is impossible. The proposals handcuff American programs while legitimizing what China already proved. No agreement happens. The race accelerates instead. Here's what China demonstrated, not technical capability. The US and Russia killed satellites in the 1980s. What China proved was psychological. Someone was willing to actually do it, to cross from theory to practice, to accept the debris, the condemnation, the consequences, and pull the trigger anyway. Space isn't a sanctuary anymore. It's a battlefield. Another domain where nations test weapons and calculate advantages. The question isn't whether satellites get targeted in the next war. The question is how many, how fast, and whether the debris makes orbit unusable for everyone who comes after. The shrapnel from 2007 is still up there, still spinning, still threatening everything we launch. China shattered one satellite. They shattered the illusion that space was safe.